I messed up, or was a bit negligent at least, and I let the weeds take over some of my growing spaces this spring, and some of them are already going to seed. And I want to avoid sending too many of the seeds flying in the wind as soon as I touch the plants. So I have been experimenting with using a flame weeding torch to burn off all of the white seed heads, to burn off the umbrellas or the pappus, so that at least the seeds won't spread so far. I'm also hoping that this brief intense heat will kill off the seeds, or at least reduce the number that will eventually sprout. Pulling all the weeds out at this point and dumping them in a big pile to decompose probably won't get things hot enough to prevent more seeds still within the flower heads from maturing, which I risk spreading back out into the gardens with the finished compost. In one of the gardens, I also need to cut back the clover that I planted as a green manure in the paths between the beds. And I thought I would try using a mower to cut back this clover strip and to just keep mowing to cut back all the weeds as well, collecting all of the chopped up vegetation, including most of the remaining seeds in the bag, and adding this to the compost bin. I know from experience that this will quickly get quite hot, reducing the chance of any seed surviving. With all the vegetation in the growing beds and paths reduced to a stubble, the pressure was off and I could cover the beds or work to pull out all the plants with their roots. I decided to take another step and used my sharp spade to scalp the soil, cutting off the remaining top parts of the weeds, and removed a thin layer of soil in the process, adding it all as a layer in the compost bin. Some of the seeds that had fallen on the surface of the bed will have been removed with this soil and are likely to be killed with the heat of the compost, assuming I don't add too much soil to prevent everything from heating up enough. So this burn, mow, then scalp method takes more time than simply scalping the soil and removing the tops of the plants. But these additional steps prevented some seeds from blowing in the wind, will likely produce a hotter compost pile to kill off even more of the seeds, and hopefully greatly reduce the amount of weeding I will need to do in the next few years. And hopefully this extra work will mitigate the future impact of my failure to weed in time.